I'm standing in front of St. Paul's Anglican Church here in Zealand. Back in 1895, this whole area was known as Stone Ridge. Today is April the 19th, and on this day, 126 years ago, a young man from this area named Samuel Allen was working up on a place called Rocky Brook near Boys Town. It was a beautiful sunny day, just like today. John Calhoun wrote a song, and in that song he records that it was a beautiful, the sun was shining clear. Samuel Allen, about 9 o'clock in the morning, went onto the river. He went onto a rolling dam, and he was working a log jam. And the dam breaks loose. And as a result of that incredible tragedy, Samuel Allen drowns. His body is eventually brought back to St. Paul's Anglican Church, and he is buried somewhere in the cemetery. And this being April the 19th, the 126th anniversary of the passing of Samuel Allen, I'm here today to sing the song Rocky Brook over the cemetery and over the grave somewhere in this area where Samuel Allen is buried. All right, so now I'm in the lower part of the St. Paul's Anglican Church cemetery. We did sing Samuel Allen up above the song. Brenda Calhoun was here. She captured it on video, and it was a song that her great-grandfather wrote. She was unable to come down to this part, so I think this is the area that Samuel Allen is buried. So I'm going to sing the song Rocky Brook in honor of Samuel Allen. Ye tender-hearted Christians, I'll pray you lend an ear. And when you hear of my sad tale, you can't help shed a tear. Concerning Samuel Allen, a lad both young and brave, 'twas on a stream called Rocky Brook he met a watery grave. He was tall, neat, and handsome, his age being 21. And if I do remember right, he was their only son. His father bid him a fond farewell as the Gibson train rolled by, and then returned unto his home with a tear that dimmed his eye. I'll tell you now of Rocky Brook, that sad and mournful place. No matter where you work on it, death stares you in the face. Rocks, they stand up mountains high for miles along the shore. 'Twould grieve your heart with misery to hear its waters roar. It was the 19th day of April, and the sun was shining clear, when Samuel Allen left the tent with neither dread nor fear. He went on to that rolling dam to see what he could do, in trying to get a boom prepared to sluice the lumber through. He first looked up, then down the stream, a-looking for the jam, when the waters gave a terrible roar and tore away the dam. And the boom that he was standing on was quickly torn away, and soon within the whirling flood his lifeless body lay. It was 9 o'clock in the morning, he received his deathly blow. Some comrades think he lost his life while in the undertow. He was cut and bruised about the face, his body it was bare. Oh, what a sight it must have been for his comrades who were there. We took him to his father's house, would grieve your heart full sore, to see the people gathering and crowding round the door. There is one fair one among the rest, I will not say her name. She was to be his wedded wife when home again he came. But hope gave way to dark despair as she looked upon the form of him who promised all through life to shield her from the storm. Now cold in death no more to roam with her through Keswick vales. And night and morn this maid forlorn her lonely fate bewails. Now in the village churchyard his lifeless body lay, awaiting our Savior's call on that great judgment day, when friend and foe must rise and go to the archangel's call, to meet and abide with God above, the Father of us all. Samuel Allen is buried in an unmarked grave here in Zealand at St. Paul's Anglican Church. Maybe the woman who was his fiancée is buried here. His father and mother's buried here. Sandy Ives records that he had brothers and sisters. Maybe one of these is a relative or certainly knew Samuel Allen. The song Rocky Brook, written by John Calhoun, will be one of the songs featured on Volume 2 of my album of traditional Miramichi and New Brunswick folk songs. So Samuel, family, wherever you are, that's for you.